These are the changes that I made to my hair when I discovered that my hair is actually naturally low porosity. So, how did I figure out my hair was low porosity, and how come I didn't know that from the beginning? For one, I used to color my hair. I used to lighten my hair from the time I was 14 till I was 40. And I did not realize that when I was coloring my hair, it actually made my hair medium porosity. So for most of my life, I thought I had medium porosity hair. I big chopped my hair and decided I wasn't going to color it anymore. And that's when I started to notice how my hair was absorbing water, or rather, it wasn't absorbing water. So I had to take a step back and really evaluate what my hair care routine looked like, because what I was doing when my hair was colored was not working anymore now that my hair is not colored. So if you're finding that maybe you used to color your hair, or you just don't know your porosity and you're like, you know what, this sounds like it might be me, then follow along. So the first thing is, low porosity hair has a harder time absorbing moisture. That's because the cuticles, or the outermost layer, are closely compact. So imagine my hands are a strand of hair and this is the cuticle. When our hair gets wet, the cuticle will raise to absorb moisture, and then it smooths to lock in that moisture. Now, when our hair is low porosity, because it's like shingles on a roof, it does not raise, or maybe it raises a little bit when it gets wet. So then it's harder to absorb moisture. So there were things that I realized along the way with my hair, and I had to make some changes. So the first thing I started doing is cleaning my hair with a cleansing shampoo. So I had to start shampooing my hair. So this is my detoxifying shampoo bar. And this is what I started using, and now I continue to use every single time I wash my hair. The reason why you want to use a cleansing shampoo is because low porosity hair, one, has a tendency to get product buildup a lot faster, and two, it takes a longer time to remove and clean our hair. And once we do that, it helps the cuticle to lift. Before, when my hair was medium porosity, I was actually using the Hydrate and Renew as my shampoo and conditioner in one. So I would not recommend, if you have low porosity hair, to use any type of like low poo, no poo, hydrating shampoos, moisturizing shampoos. None of that. You want a sulfate shampoo or something that has a sulfate alternative, such as this. Then the next change I made was that I stopped deep conditioning. I know that this one is like probably really controversial. People will tell you in videos on YouTube that you should be deep conditioning your hair, and they tell you that even low porosity should be deep conditioning my hair. This is what I discovered. When I was deep conditioning, my hair was not absorbing my products. Let me repeat that. When I deep conditioned with a deep conditioner, right? A conditioner made for deep conditioning, and that was the restoring hair treatment. When it came time for me to apply my leave-in and my styler, it just sat on top of my head. It made it much harder. My hair was not absorbing it. That's because deep conditioners, ones that are made to truly deep condition your hair, it's going to also help to smooth the cuticle down. With low porosity hair, we don't want that to happen until our hair is dry. Because if we smooth the cuticle too soon, then our products are going to have a harder time absorbing, It's going to sit on top of our hair and we can get product buildup. So the next change that I made was that I started using the Hydrate and Renew. This is the conditioner on my hair. I started using a lightweight conditioner on my hair. So the idea is that you shampoo to clean your hair, remove all the products, the gunk, the oils, the dirt, and it also allows your cuticle to lift so that your hair can absorb moisture. And then you want to start the smoothing process or soften your hair, because remember, when you're shampooing, you're removing all the oils. You want to remove the oils, but now your hair is dry, so you want to use a conditioner. But for low porosity hair, you want to use a lighter conditioner to soften the hair so that it'll be easier to detangle, and that's also what this does. It helps you with detangling. So the next thing that I discovered, especially doing wash and goes, is that my hair needed to be soaking wet, soaking, sopping wet. Like, I'm talking water dripping, your hair like just uncomfortable. But the more water I use, the better. It just helped my hair to absorb those products better when it came time to styling. So the products I used these when my hair was medium porosity. I also use it when it was low porosity. It's just how I used it is what changed. So when my hair was medium porosity, my hair would be damp to wet. But with low porosity, my hair needs to be soaking wet for wash and goes. I just want to make that clear for wash and goes. If you're doing twists or braids with your hair, you want your hair to be damp. But if you're doing wash and goes, soaking wet hair. So the first product I would apply is the moisturizing hair pudding. And this is your leave-in. It is a moisturizer, and basically this is now the time that you're starting to smooth down the cuticle to lock that moisture in. So after you did all that hard work to get your hair hydrated, you start to lock it in with the moisturizing hair pudding. And then the other thing is, with my hair being low porosity, it did not clump as easily as medium porosity. So that's something you may notice if you're like, my curls don't clump, it frizzes faster, it gets poofy. That also could be a sign of low porosity hair, and that's because you need a gel. You need to use a gel with some hold. I know there are some people who are like, I don't like gels, I don't use gels. The Get Set Hair Jelly, it's not like your average gel, and that's why I call it a jelly, because I don't want you to have this idea that your hair is going to be hard and crunchy. Instead, it gives you a nice, flexible hold. So these are the products that I use on my low porosity hair, and it had made such a difference. Oh, and honorable mention, no matter what your hair is, whatever porosity your hair is, you always want to make sure you are heat drying by either sitting under a hooded dryer or using a diffuser on your blow dryer.